Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Normally, we interact with the world in a mode of complaints. See? When we complain, in this process of complaining, exactly what is happening, if we analyze it, then our mode will change. Objects are outside, interaction is taking in the mind, and the result is optional. Either we interact in a positive way or in a negative way and conclude our interaction as a complaint. This is normally happens. And the complaint is not with the objects. See, it is something like this. This example probably I gave you earlier. In electrical energy alone, there is no light. Only in the bulb also there is no light. When these two things come together under n number of conditions, then the light happens. In the same manner, in the absolute conscious reality that we are, there is no problem. In matter alone, there is no problem. But the problem begins when consciousness expresses through matter as mind, the problem begins. And yet, we have rarely looked upon what is happening to the mind, how the mind functions. See? Like, if you see, the other day I was in Lucknow. Our Dr. Maheshwari is there. I had nice lunch both the times. When I went to Kumbh Mela, both the times he said, Swamiji, you have to come and take lunch. I said, it's most welcome. So we had nice food with him. So many years before, maybe about 20, 30 years before, I went to one of my friend and he was laziness incarnate. Because he was my friend, what else he could be? It is said in Hindi, Samsari hoya or na roya, Babaji hoya or na soya, impossible. So he was also lazy like me. And morning, winter days, when he gets up, say 8 o'clock, from the sleep, not from the bed, his barber will come. And Babaji, he says, yes, come in. And then he will take out his neck out of the quilt and continue lying on the bed and turn like this. And the barber will do the white, and then have a cup of tea. By then it is, normally done, softened. And then he will take his razor and before starting, he will do it 10, 20 times. And I was watching him. So I asked him, I said, how many times will you do it? It will be exhausted, rubbing, nothing will be remaining. He said, no, it's not like that. You require a special kind of sharpness. And one cut he gave, again started with. I said, this is too much. He said, you will never understand what is this. The sharpness required for shaving is different than the sharpness required for cutting a tree. See? One husband in the morning stood before the mirror, and when he was shaving, it was actually plowing, and he got so angry and shouted at nobody. These people take lot of money from us and see what kind of blade they have given. So when the husband shouts, the wife enjoys. And she says, you have anything else in this world except complaining? What is wrong with that blade? It is perfectly all right. Just now I have pared the pencil of your son and put it back. So when it can pare the pencil, can't it shave? Now who can tell to that Mahamaya? The sharpness required for shaving has a different quality than the sharpness required for cutting a tree, is it not? In the same manner, the sharpness of the intellect required for the objective world is of a different quality, and the sharpness of the mind required for the subjective inquiry is of different type or different quality. See, friends. Therefore, when we are functioning in this world, what is the instrument that we are using? We are using only one instrument, that is mind. But we never mind our mind. See, we take it for granted. See how much time, energy, efforts we put for maintaining the house, the drapery, the furniture, the matching clothes, isn't it? The shoe is of green color, that the lower thing should be green color, the upper thing should be green color. The .com also should not be black, it should be green color. Everything, so that it is matching. Wonderful. For the figure, kitni figure? See, I don't want to take food. Why? Because I put a lot of fat, a lot of weight. Therefore, they eat only, they calculate rather, they don't eat food. They calculate the calories and the cholesterol. Why? Because I have to take care of my figure. Now what efforts we have put till date to take care of our mind? Don't answer this question, because the answer is common. See, what efforts we have put? For us, mind is, because there are thoughts in the mind, we think we are thinkers. No. Because there are trees and plants, it can't be a garden. It could be a jungle. Because both the places, trees and plants, what is the basic difference? When we go to the forest, we are afraid. We don't want to go there again and again. See? And when we go to the garden, it is such a peaceful and joyful experience. Now what is the difference? The difference is, in the forest, the trees grow random and wild. There is no culling. There is no selection. There is no pruning. There is no cultivation. It's just happening, wild. But when we go to the tree, to the garden, then in that garden, every plant is selected. See, every plant, it is planted properly, proper distance, then pruned, protected, irrigated, manured, and then only the beauty of the garden comes up. Same principle applies to our mind. See, our mind has to have the cultivated thoughts, not the wild thoughts. Because our thoughts are never taken care of, they are just erupting. Whether we want or we don't want, they keep on erupting. And then our thoughts are such that we are tired of our own thoughts. See, friends, our condition is like a person went to the doctor. Excuse me, this is only water. So, a person went to the doctor and said, "Doctor Saab, yes sir, I snore so loudly that because of my own snoring, I wake up from the sleep. I am tired of it. What should I do?" So the doctor said, "Go and sleep in other room." Is it not our condition? We are tired of our own thoughts. We just can't stop them. And yet, we have never taken care of nor investigated. We have only complained. And after complaining, what we do? Like, for the pain somewhere in the body. The simplest way the doctors they give you painkillers. Painkillers means what? That medicine kills you without pain. It is not a curative agent. It doesn't cure you. It kills you. Therefore, painkiller. In the same manner, what do we do? Then we go on changing the themes. See? One wife was very angry with her husband. And she said, I hate you. The husband said, what a coincidence. One liner, enough to convey everything. See, friends, instead of complaining, let us work on it. See, like many places we go, and then when they see us in this funny attire, they ask us question. And the question is, one person asked me this question, one of the airports, Swamiji, do you deal in meditation? I said, only wholesale, no retail. Dealing in meditation, look here. Then, no, I am doing meditation for last 30 years. I said, it's your problem, not my problem. No, my only problem is everything is fine, except the mind is not controlled. Therefore, what must be the meaning of meditation for him? Sitting like a buffalo with a chewing gum in the mouth. See, friends, we only complain about the mind. Look within means work on the mind, don't complain. See? And then we'll start working on the working of the mind. So we will come to know that mind has two aspects. One is subjective aspect, second is objective aspect. The interaction between the subjective and objective aspect of thoughts is called as mind. See? Unless both of them are present together, there cannot be mind. See? Like a man cannot be a husband without a wife. He has to have. Now the question is the husband in man like a remote control on a table? No. What is a husband? Husband is a limited expression of the infinite potentiality of a man. He is called as husband. See? So his potentialities are limited by the conditioning. In the same manner, the absolute conscious reality with its infinite potentiality expressing through the limitations of this foolishness is called as the mind. Now how the mind works? Let us try to analyze the thoughts. In the womb of the thought is an object in the form of value. See? So, mind plus value given to something or somebody together creates a disturbance in the mind, and the disturbed aspect of the mind is called as thought. See? And why the thought comes? Because that particular object we have given a status of reality. So who is responsible? We are responsible. Therefore, thoughts have their origin from two sources. One is objective origin of the thought. Second is the subjective origin of the thought. See? In this telemarketing on the TV, they show many things. Potato cutting machine. In 5 minutes, you can cut 5 kilograms of potato. Exactly the same size. And this lady whole day nothing to do, so watching the TV. It's very good, very good. If you buy from the market, it will cost you 5,000. If you order right away on phone, it will cost 2,000. Oh, 3,000 rupees benefit. I must help my husband reduce his expenditure. So she immediately phones. And then that machine comes at home. And who is staying at home? Only two. Hum do, hamara koi nahi. Only two of them. And the machine comes. Now the problem is that 5 kilograms of potato what you cut for whom? See? So when the object is seen, the thought erupts. When that object was not seen, no thought. So the thoughts have origin when knowledge about any object is given to us, and thereafter we do three things. First of all, we give value to that object. Second thing, we imagine that that object is the source of happiness. And third thing, we imagine without that object I cannot be complete. Three thoughts. Otherwise, why a young, healthy anyone like you should think of marriage? You have got everything. You have got education, you have got health, you have got freedom, you have got happiness. Yet one day the virus enters. What a life without a wife. So you have given importance to wife. One is invited forever. W-I-F-E. So, when the value is given to anything in this world, that object becomes the source of thought. See, observe this phenomena. Like, many students, nobody is born with a cigarette in the mouth and a lighter in the hand. This is acquired thing. And how do we acquire that? We go to the college and then other students, senior students, they start making fun of us. Nambudri, have you smoked any time? Nambudri with a dish antenna has never seen anything else. I said, what is smoking? I don't know. So the students start making fun of him and ask him forcibly to smoke. And when he starts smoking, the smoke starts coming from his nose, from his mouth, from his eyes, from his everywhere, And everybody claps, makes fool of him. Now Nambudri makes a prestige show out of it. What do you think? And then his spiritual practice starts. Goes to the bathroom with a cigarette, and then Dhumrapanam Chadagodanam Ekek Kash Ganga Snanam Dhumrapanam Chadagodanam Ekek Kash Ganga Snanam. And slowly, first cigarette he smoked with an experience of 1 minus 1 experience. Second cigarette he smokes with 2 minus 1 experience. Third cigarette he smokes with 3 minus 1 experience. Nth cigarette he smokes with the experience of n minus 1 cigarette experience. And as n approaches infinity, n is equal to n minus 1. Then he stops smoking. The cigarette starts smoking him. How it came? Because we have given importance to the things. So earlier when he was not able to smoke, he was feeling disgusted. After he becomes expert, then sitting in front of the same students, then he will start Akhanda Vandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam. See, friends, this is how whenever we give value to anything or anybody in this world, that body or thing becomes the cause of thoughts in our mind. Now the question is, when we give importance to something or somebody, we have to devalue that. Nobody can do it for us. There is no proxy for your evolution. Three things we have to do ourselves. We have to live our life, we have to die our death, and we have to evolve ourselves. Nobody can do it for you. And it can happen only when we look within. What is happening inside? See, friends. And thus, one source of thoughts is the objective world when we have given importance and value to the worldly things. This is how people get, they fall in love. They don't rise in love. Because they have given value, and when the value became too much, they fall in love. When they get hurt, then what? Devalue, then separation. This is continuously going on. See? So the first step to look within, that whenever we give importance to something, what we have done, we have given a status of reality to that thing. See? Don't take anything that you experience through sense organs or mind as real. Is a fundamental rule of life. See? What is an illusion? Illusion is that where n number of conditions are required to be fulfilled for the experience. Without those conditions, that experience cannot happen. For example, mirage waters. If somebody says, yeah, I was coming in the evening, it was getting dark, but suddenly I came across mirage waters. It cannot be. It has to be when the sun rays are landing perpendicular to the earth in a very hot day, then you may appear under a particular condition, not all the time, but it appears. So there are three things. One thing is real, second thing is not real, third is it is not yet it appears. See? Once I was talking to children, today also I went to that Balika Vidyalaya. Now you have to talk to the children in their language, and they made the whole group such a heterogeneous, from class 3 or 1 or 2 up to class 10. You can see how can you address such an audience. So when I look this side, girls are sitting like this. When you sit in the center, see in the center, class 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, they are going. And the senior girls, now you have to address them. See the fun. So, when we are giving importance to something as real, then the trouble starts. So, I was talking to those children to tell these three principles. One is real, other is not real, third is, although not there yet appears, which is called as illusion, mithya pratyaya. So, to explain, I told them, I said, look here, there are eyes above my nose, is it not? Children say, yes, Swami, that is called as real. It is. Very good. There are no horns on my head, so they are not there, unreal. When I was talking, there was one boy, totally indifferent, playing with his own toenail. Must have been a student of Ramdev Baba. I received one very beautiful SMS. Pintu was eating nails. So his mother took him to Ramdev Baba. After that he started eating the nails of his toe also. So that kind of child. So when I asked him, I said, you tell. My question was, are there horns on my head? He said, not for now. Who knows? They may come up. So three things. Something is real, something is not at all there. Third thing is, which is not yet it appears. This appearance, when it is given a status of reality, then the samsara begins. See? In your computer language, there are two realities. One is actual reality, second is virtual reality. This world is a virtual reality. See, friends, just get this point across. See? When I see one person, like adding, let us say 2 GB file, I see one person. Then I see 3 more persons. Is it increasing weight on my mind? Because it is not the actual reality, only the impressions. And yet, the space is occupied. And when we delete the data, is it that the hard disk has become light? chalo acha ho gaya. No, it is not real. See friends, because something is experience, because something is useful, because something can be defined, that does not mean it is real. See friends, therefore, when we are interacting with the world, if you just observe this principle, anything that we experience in this waking world is possible only when we are identified with our gross body. If we are not identified with our gross body, this gross world has no existence. Just observe this within your mind. Like when we sleep, snore away, deep sleep, that time we are not identified with our body. That time where we are, number one. Number two, what we are. Number three, when we are. The time, space and object, all the three disappear. See friends, this is my regular practice and experience. I keep on changing places every week, even more than that. So, when you go to the new place, new room, new bedroom, new bathroom, everything new. So I keep my lights on when I sleep. Because when you get up, you don't know where you are. Because in the deep sleep, you are neither man nor woman, young, old, either in India or outside India, 2013 or 1947, everything disappears. And again when we are identified with the body, everything starts appearing. So this world that we live through is an appearance. And although it appears, although it is useful, although it appears to be logical, it is not. See friends. And with this understanding, then play the game of life. See? Then you will have no questions, no problems. See, this is what our scriptures tell. This world is nothing but Rama Leela, Krishna Leela. Ram Leela, Krishna Leela means what? Leela means what? A drama. Everything appears to be happening, but nothing has ever happened. See? You know the story of Ramayana? In that, when they were in the forest, Lakshmana had gone for some work. Then Bhagwan Ram tells Sita ji that now you disappear in the fire element. Fire is the element for the form. So disappear in the fire element, go become unmanifest and send a Xerox copy. So the Xerox Sita comes out. And thereafter, that Sita which was taken away by Rama was the Xerox copy, not the real one. But yet, you have seen in Ramayana how Lord Rama is crying. Oh my dear Sita, without you I cannot live. Oh trees, oh plants, oh birds, where is my Sita and all that. Was it real? Drama. Exactly. Live your life by going to Bengaluru. What is Bengaluru? Karnataka. Don't take anything seriously. Karnataka. And when you do Nataka, when you do drama, there are two options. Either you are in the audience or you are on the stage. Don't be in the audience, be on the stage. See? Like I was acting in one of the dramas. The theme was developed so much that I have gone through many tortures and many miseries in life. And the whole psychological, emotional title was increased to a very high level. And then I talk my dialogues with the glycerin, tears coming out. And I told, oh Lord, like that. And when I am crying, the whole audience is also crying. Taking out the tissue paper, closing the nose. This is the modern digital miseries are coming out through the nose, not through the eyes. Not like taking the pallu and cleaning the eyes. No, take the tissue paper and because the makeup will be washed away. Who will know who is this? So, when they were crying and I was on the stage also crying, what was going in my mind? Arey Dumbo, You are paying and crying really. I am paid and I am crying fake. It is not real. And therefore, I get the name, fame and money. And you spend the money and suffer. See, friends, don't take things in this world very seriously. That is the only way to live happily in this world. See? But we feel that a particular event that happens in our life as if we have come to a cul-de-sac. It's end of life. It is not. Get out of it. And this can happen only when you are working on the mind. Work on the mind. See, example I will give you how we make our life miserable because we don't work on the mind. This happened in Washington. One lady, a white lady, we are having a retreat for 2 days in a garden. Come in the morning, 9 o'clock and go back by 4 o'clock. No residential. So, when I finished my first meditation session and the talk, then there was a break for about an hour. So one lady said, Swamiji, I want to talk to you. Can we sit in some room? I said, no, outside, directly under the sun. And then she started telling, Swamiji, I had 2 daughters. I said, this is not achievement, tell something better. You know, they found out their boyfriend and they have gone. I said, very good. Then, my husband left me. He divorced me and I am alone. I said, are you proposing me or what? So I said, no. I don't want. No, not like that. I wanted to invite you to my house, but my house is so dirty because I am depressed and he left me. Why this has happened? I said, okay, now stop crying and listen to me. Answer my questions one by one. You got separated, divorced separately or together? See, divorce cannot happen only to one person. It happens to both of them. 7 days, yes. How is he? He is enjoying. I said, if the same event makes one person happy and another person miserable, how it is possible? I am getting confused. I said, that is my profession. Unless you are confused, you will not think. See what Bhagavan Krishna did in Bhagavad Gita, he created confusion in front of Arjuna. When Arjuna told, Senayor Ubhayor Madhya Rasam Sthapaya Mechuta, oh Lord, kindly take my chariot in front of in between the 2 armies. Now Bhagavan Krishna had a choice. Had he taken his chariot in front of Dushasana, Duryodhana, Arjuna had no questions. But Bhishma Drona Pramukataha Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Pashetan Samavetan Kuruniti. Bhagavan says, you want to see with whom you have to fight. You have to fight not with the enemies, but with your own grandfather, your guru. And they all belong to the same clan. Pandavas were also Kauravas, technically speaking. See, friends. And then Arjuna was confused. And thereafter Bhagavad Gita came out. See, friends. So wherever there is a point of confusion in your life, whenever you suffer some shock, some frustration, understand, first chapter of Gita has begun in your life. See? But then what Arjuna did? He cried, you also cry. Thereafter, he surrendered before the Lord. Karpanya dosho pahata svabhavaha prachami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yasreyasya nishchitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Oh Lord, I am absolutely confused. Tell me what is right for me, not what I like, what is good for me. So I told that lady, I said, Mama, listen. Event is the same. Out of that event, he is happy and you are miserable. Now inquire, why this is happening? I don't know, I am very miserable. I said, come out of it. You have to come out. Nobody can bring you out. Then I told her, I said, listen. The reason is, you have taken a wrong stand. His stand is, he has kicked you out of his life. And you have accepted that you got the kicks. Now change the position. You say to yourself that you have kicked him out of your life and be happy. Don't get rejected in this world. Reject the world. See, friends. And this is possible only when you are aware of what is happening to your mind. See, friends. Whenever we are rejected, we feel disgusted and frustrated. Before they reject us, let us kick them out. See, the life becomes beautiful. Because we have given importance, they have come in our life. See, if I have given value to something or somebody, I have to devalue. Nobody can do it for me. See, thus the thoughts have their origin objectively, and this objective origin depends solely on us. See, the object remains the same. Like in Panchadashi, this thought comes. A diamond is kept in the center and there are three persons. One person wanted it. Other person also wanted it. The third person was indifferent. So the one who wanted and got it, he was happy. The person who wanted but didn't get it, he was miserable. And the third person who was indifferent, it makes no difference to whether it is there or not there. So who is responsible? Is the diamond responsible? No. We give importance to the things and beings and suffer in life. Work on this. So whenever we are disturbed, find out what is the source. The source are either things or beings. How the beings become a source of disturbance for our mind? Only by one thing, and that one thing is called as we have too many expectations from people around us. The day you recognize this principle, immediately follow one most important rule of life. Write off your rights on everyone in this world before they perform your rights right away. Write the right spelling. See, friends. Then we get disgusted, One girl, now she is a lady, must be about 45, 48. She came to me. I said, Mama, please don't mind. I will not talk to you now. Why, Swamiji? I said, you go home. Tomorrow you meet me. But before you come and meet me, go to a beauty parlor and make yourself presentable. In this, Bhadrakali, Mahakali, Kapali, Kari, Karari, I don't like to even look at you and talk to you. But Swamiji, I said, I am not going to talk. Go back. How you dress and how you address takes the quality of your mind. See? For us, simple living, high thinking is shabby living and stupid thinking. That is not the right way. So, but Swamiji, I said, there is no butting, you have to go back and nicely present yourself and come. Next day she came. I said, Mama, tell me, how are you feeling now? I am feeling better. See? You just observe this thing. When you take bath, change yourself, put on fresh clothes, have a nice cup of tea, immediately your whole mood will change. But for us, we get out of the sleep but never get out of the bed. And then by the nature's call, we are called naturally. And then we get out of the bed. And by then it is too late. And then either taking bath and no proper clothes and all kinds of, chudel brand, Ram, Ram, Ram. See? If you have to live, decide you are here to live happily. You are not here to live miserably. Then she said, okay, Swamiji, now shall I talk to you? I said, talk cheerfully. Don't talk complaining. I don't entertain complaint. I am not a complaint box. In one municipal office, there was a beautiful cartoon. Lodge your complaints in this box. And the box was near the ceiling. How to put it there, you decide. So, he said, Swamiji, our father died when I was hardly 18. Then I had 3 sisters, 1 brother. I took care of their education, their marriage. Now they are all well settled in life. My brother is also married, he was settled in life. But Swamiji, I said, don't cry, I will get away. Don't cry. But Swamiji, now nobody wants us. I have done so much for them. This is the result. Then I told, I said, look here, you are wrong, they are not wrong. Who asked you to do this? You did it. Be very attentive. Whatever we are doing in this world, the world doesn't need us. It is our necessity that we do whatever we do in this world. Take this principle. Then you will never be disappointed in life. See, one IT fellow, he met me in Bangalore. I got out of the flight and waiting on the belt for getting my luggage. So he came, Swamiji, how come you are here? I said, by default. I am your fan. I said, keep moving. I am giving stationery. No, I am very fond of you, but I always feel one thing about you. I said, what is that? People don't change. You have been talking on Gita, Upanishad and so many topics, but people don't change. Don't you feel disappointed? I said, look here, I am not a fool as you think. Which doctor will want that his patient should be cured? There was an old couple, both of them doctors, husband and wife. And they had a son, and he also became a doctor. And then he became full-fledged. They had a very big hospital of their own. Then he told, Mom, Dad, you deserve a great vacation. You have been working hard throughout your life. Now you go to Europe. Don't come back for 1 month. Spend as much as you want. Do what is your life. Live your childhood now. Go. And he pushed them out. After 1 month they came back and the son said, Dad, you will be proud of your son. What happened? All those old patients which were hanging around, I have cleaned them. He said, my God, it is because of them we could build this institution. If they are cured, where will you go now? A right or a good doctor never cures a patient, he maintains a patient. In the same manner, we don't want people should become wise. Otherwise, we will become otherwise. See, where will my market go if you all become wise? Therefore, I am not frustrated. People don't change because of my lecture. Because I have not changed, even by God, how can people change because of me? Then why are you talking? It is my need. See, friends, change this attitude. Whenever, whatever we do, we don't do it for anybody in life. It is our need. See? Now here there are no kids, I can talk openly. Between the parents and the children, who needs whom? It is the parents who need the children, not the other way around. When you people get married and then you don't have a child for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, then you go from here to there, and Babaji and then Hanumanji and all kinds of things, you know. And finally, you get a child. So who wanted? The children never want parents. It is the parents who wanted the children. So if you want the children, you should have that understanding. But we have the arrogance. तुम्हारे लिए इतना किया, क्या किया? Who asked you? See, friends, recognize this mess that happens in our mind. Then you will never be disturbed in life. See, friends. Therefore, looking within doesn't mean sit for meditation and afterwards, oh God, too much of headache. What happened? They told us to look at this Bhru Madhya. And then I was looking. And now God to nahi dikha, headache mil gaya. Don't get into that funny kind of meditation. See, half an hour meditation, 23.5 hour frustration. Live 24/7 in meditation. And this is called as looking within. See, friends, we do not do sleeping. We are in the sleep and then we snore. Try to snore when you are awake. You cannot. So you have to be in sleep, then you can snore, is it not? Similarly, we are in dream and then we have funny dreams. Similarly, we are in waking, then we are interacting. And the last thing, in the same manner, live in meditation and then conduct yourself in this world rather than doing meditation. And what is the meditation? Sitting in one particular posture, most unenviable posture. They put this leg here and sit in this way, and then you get locked up. Oh God, ulta hi nahi. These are the cartoons of meditation. One young boy, like any one of you, one day he spoke to me in Kharagpur. So, he said, Swamiji, when I will be able to be like Vivekananda, sitting for meditation? I said, when you die, we will make a statue and then you can sit like that. I said, have you seen Vivekananda? No. What you have seen? Statue. Statue will remain in the same posture. Not a living being. If you see the recorded work that he has produced, he is so much that the whole life will not be enough to read through. But we imagine meditation is sitting in one posture. And then we become meditator. Upanishad says, avidyayamantare vartamana swayam dhiraha panditam manyamana dandramyamana pariyanti mudha andhe naiva niyamana yathandha. We go and learn here and there a few things, sit this way, sit that way, pump the air out and in. And then meditation, and then you will see the light. And next day you don't see the light. Ab kya ho gaya? Fuse. This has nothing to do with your meditation. See, live 24/7 in alertness and awareness. See, otherwise your whole life will be only struggling in that. One couple in Mahabaleshwar, I was standing near a tree. The car has gone for filling in the petrol. So when they came, for no reason, why did I say, I don't know. So I casually told that Amma, I said, Mama, don't torture Bhole Baba, her husband. Swamiji, did he come and tell you anything? I said, no Baba, kuch nahi, nothing. I just said out of nothing. No, he must have come and told. I said, no, I promise by you. Then she started telling the complaints. Swamiji, he is very selfish. I said, then now what do I do? You tell him, he is doing meditation alone. You want a company for meditation or what? See, they call it soulmate. You know, like that Canara Bank sign you have seen, they have got two triangles. The two triangles, next time you see, you will understand exactly what those two triangles means. Once I asked somebody in London, I was there. I said, hey, can you tell me what are these two triangles? That poor fellow was blocked. I don't know. I said, try, think. 2 days he took, he couldn't tell. I also didn't know what it is, but I kept him busy. And then one day it clicked. It is something like two persons putting hand in hand and keeping like this. Exactly those two triangles come. That is called as a soul mate. Like there is one soul for each shoe, similarly, for one meditator, one soul. And when the soul goes, shoe remains. That is not meditation. So her complaint was, he sees light, Swamiji, and I never seen light. Now, to such a dumb, what can you do? See? Sometimes he hears, the flute. What about you? I don't hear anything. Bahri ho aur kya? Don't get carried away by all this. Remain absolutely alert, vigilant, and cool. You are living in meditation. Dukkeshu anudvigna manaha, sukheshu vigata spruha, vitaraga bhaya krodha, stitadhi muni uchyate. Stitadhi, the one whose wisdom is steady. Not, our wisdom is available for others. Wisdom made available for others is called as philosophy. All philosophers have wisdom, but not for themselves. Therefore, remember many years before, maybe about 10 years before, when Dr. Venkataraman was here, Venkateswaran, he was here. That time he told me, Swamiji, tell us something on spirituality, philosophy, religion, etc. So we had 3 talks here. And that time the conclusion was, in religion there is no God, in philosophy there is no wisdom. Where God and wisdom coexist is spirituality. See, friends. Therefore, when we are living in this world, dukkhechu anudvigna manaha, you are in meditation. When the miseries come, be attentive. When the miseries come, you refuse to be miserable. You are living in meditation. Bhagavad Gita defines yoga. Tam vidya dukkha sanyoga viyogam yoga sanjitam sa nishchayena yoktavyaha yogaha anirvinna chetasa. When the miseries come in our life, we refuse to be miserable. That ability to refuse to be miserable is called as yoga. That is meditation. And this you can get miseries everywhere. So you will be all the time in meditation. See? So for a married person, what is meditation? Be happy with your wife. See? Highest meditation. If you can be happy with your wife, you are doing meditation. If you complain, then you are a samsari. See? You don't have to go to the forest. This time when I went to this Kumbh Mela, you get various types of samples there. And one sample we saw, one Babaji keeping his hand up and the nails are grown. It is nothing but an act of omission. See, why my beard is grown? Somebody asked me, Swamiji, since how long you are not shaved? I said, right from childhood I did not shave. Oh, he didn't understand. Childhood there is no beard. So it is an act of omission, it is not an act of commission. So keeping the hand above like this, and then the people around, Yogi Maharaj, Mani Namaskar. It is not yoga. And when everybody goes, the curtain goes down, his hand also goes down. And again somebody comes again. To whom are we deceiving? So you don't have to go to the forest or jungle or Himalayas to do tapasya. What is tapasya? Suffering silently without complaint is tapasya. So you create the problems and then don't suffer. Now at home you have problems, but don't suffer. You don't have to go to forest. Be at home and be cheerful and happy. Dukkeshu anudvigna manaha. Sukheshu vigata spruha. We all suffer from one problem, and that is called as we want to live in our comfort zone. Little bit of difficulties here and there, we are gone. See, our spirituality is 5-star spirituality. AC, UC, IC, DC. To such an extent that we open an account in ICICI Bank. You know this ICICI Bank? IC means identity crisis. Second, IC means I am confused. That is what is the real meaning of I. So ICICI, that is what I am. See, friends. Therefore, living in meditation is dukkeshu anadvignamanaha sukheshu vigitaspruha. And this we can practice very simple way, provided you start counting down, never count up. When you count down, it ends into zero. When you count up, it doesn't end at all. See, like here I am now in BITS for next 3-4 days, 4 days totally. So when I landed here, I started counting 4. Tomorrow, 3, 2, 1, go. So when I know that I have to go from here, why will I hang on anybody or anything? See, the other day when I was with Dr. Maheshwari in Lucknow, I was talking to his wife, Mama. I said, there you had such a beautiful bungalow and a very open area and how lovely place and no pollution, no nothing. And here you are staying in this flat, so congested and so many houses and blaring sound going on and dirty and all that. How do you feel? She gave me the highest wisdom of life. She said, Swamiji, when I went there, that day itself I knew that after retirement, I'll have to go back. So I was never holding on to any place, any quarter, anything in that place. See what a greatest wisdom. Is it not true in our life? We are here in this world on a vacation. This is not our house. And when we go for a vacation, what is a vacation? In vacation, you fulfill all your funny desires. Isn't it? There nobody is watching you, whether you are a professor or a student, whether you are a Babaji or a BBG. Nobody bothers. Because you are in a new place. See? All these funny things I see whenever I go to Goa during this Christmas time. All the people from Bombay, Delhi, they come. Marwadi girls who have never taken out their ghungat above, there they will be putting on a skirt and a tight dress and a high heel and hanging on to the husband like holding a rope and walking. And then there is one, that cone, ice cream cone on their head and doing all fun. Why? They are on vacation. Friends, we are on vacation here. After the vacation is over, go back. Whatever may be your vacation, yet after a few days you feel, nahi yaar, ab ghar chalna hai, bore. We cannot find fulfillment in a vacation. So we want to go home. And what is at home? Old cot with 3 legs and the 4th chair. And there you sit with a cup of tea which your wife has prepared after scolding you. Chai milega? Tanker ho kya? Kitne chai peete? And after that, condiments, then she will get tea for you. And the tea is in a cup which is deaf. No ear. And that cup of tea you enjoy. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam. In the same manner. Friends, we are here for a short time. As we are eager to go home, see, before the world tells us go, let us prepare ourselves. Then you are working on your mind. Otherwise, all the time, one elderly person asked me this question, one Sindhi gentleman. Swamiji, you should not go too much long time. He is from Bombay. Earlier, I used to have every month, 1 week in Bombay lectures. Slowly, now it is maximum 3 times, 4 times in a year. So a big gap in between. Now like this year, I have not given even 1 lecture in Bombay. It will be first only in the month of May or June. So he said, last few days I am having terrible fear in my mind. What fear? The fear is about death. I said, Papa, don't worry, I promise you, you will die. You got fear whether you will die or not. I promise you will die. No, not that way. What way? After I die, what will happen to my wife, my children, my property, my business? That is my worry. I said, the answer is hidden in your question. How come? Turn it the other way around. What do I do? I said, go and ask them. They will reply, Papa, we are waiting. You go na. But we only think we want to live here for eternity. Nobody wants us. Prepare yourself. See, friends, you will never be afraid of death. See, 6 things torture us in life with reference to body, old age and death. With reference to prana, hunger and thirst. With reference to mind, shoka and moha, delusion and grief. He who has gone beyond these 6, he is living in heaven. Heaven is not a place. Heaven is a quality of experience. Kathopanishad defines heaven. Swarge loke na bhayam kinchanasti, na tatra tvam na jaraya viveti, ubhe tirtva ashanaya pipase, shokatigo modate swargaloke. In the heavens, the jara and mrityu, the old age and the death, bhayam nasti, there is no fear. Similarly, ashana pipase, hunger and thirst. And with reference to mind, shoka and moha. When these 6 things we conquer, you are living in heaven. But for us, we write a board on our house, Swarga, and suffer inside. हमने सुना था शादी के बाद घर स्वर्ग हो जाता है. हमने सुना था शादी के बाद घर स्वर्ग हो जाता है. लो, हमने शादी क्या करी? स्वर्गवासी हो गए. स्वर्ग में वास करने वाले. See, friends, just discover this truth. Then you are looking within. So, never justify that you are miserable. Never justify. Because when you justify, you don't want to get out of it. Number 1. Number 2, we have seen the thought process originating from the objective world, from the objects and the beings' relations. Now from the subjective. How the thoughts begin from the subjective? Whenever we become somebody, thoughts begin. Thoughts cannot happen to nobody. Thoughts require the owner as somebody. See? When we say I am disturbed, who is this I? Inside, we are not one. Inside, we are a poultry farm. Cock, 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 cock. I am old, I means body. I am hungry, I means prana. I am miserable, I means mind. I am successful, I means intellect. I am husband, I means relation. I am father, I means relation. How many eyes are inside? See? And every thought has got beginning from somebody. So remain as nobody. Somewhere I read a very beautiful thing. Nobody is happy in this world. Next slide. I am nobody. How true it is. But for us, we feel that when we become somebody, we will be happy. No, friends. Delete these buddies and be happy. Thus, the more you become aware of this, you will immediately correct. So when you sit for meditation, play meditation. rather than doing meditation. When you play, you don't do. It's just a fun. So when you are playing meditation, how to play meditation? Sit and then play. I am husband. Now, as a husband, when you do meditation, watch what happens. Wife will stand with a list and a bag in the hand. Go for shopping. Don't forget to get Hari Mirchi. That will be your meditation. If you sit for meditation as a housewife, some guest is coming, then you sit for meditation. First of all, you start cutting the onions, then the Hari Mirch, and then you will realize there is no milk. Meditation. Because you have become somebody. See? You sit for meditation as a student. All assignments will stand in front of you. वो नहीं हुआ, ये नहीं हुआ. See? And now play the last meditation. Sit for meditation and remain as nobody. Nobody has no thoughts. Give it a chance. Try to remain when you sit as long as possible as nobody. This practice of remaining as nobody is called as looking within. When you become somebody, your mind starts working. When you are nobody, mind cannot work without becoming somebody. This is how the thoughts have got two origins. We have seen objective origin and subjective origin. Subjective origin is when we become somebody. Objective origin is when we give value to the things and expectation to the beings. Now put the whole thing together. Devalue the world, right of your rights, and remain as nobody. Then the question comes, how do we conduct ourselves? Karnataka. Whatever you have to do it best. After it is over, delete. Instead of deleting, we store it in iCloud. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Don't keep the memories unnecessarily. The highest gift God has given us is the ability to forget, not the ability to remember. See? The ability to forget is the biggest gift, highest gift. See? But we start feeling, oh, I am forgetting what is happening. It's a good thing. You are nearer to God. See? See how the beauty of this forgetting is. Take money from somebody and forget. Relax. You know, he has to worry. Did I take from you? I don't remember. In this way, when you look within, you will be always cheerful and happy. Because when you look within, inside you, there is nothing but bliss. Outside, there is nothing but blister. Now you decide whether you want to be in bliss or in the company of blisters and suffer throughout. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.